It's like, give credit where credit's due. So tell me about the first, did you say the first 10 years of bluegrass?
Okay, well, 100 years ago this year, Fiddlin John Carson from Georgia made the first country music record. What they didn't call it country music yet, but they found out there was a market for it, and that kind of started the whole thing going. And the fellow that made the records was a man by the name of Ralph Peer, and he went over and switched companies over to the Victor Company. And 4 years later, in 1927, they made the first recordings of Jimmy Rogers, the Singing Brakeman, and the Carter family up in Bristol in 1927. And they called that the Big Bang of country music. That really started it going. And it turned out to be kind of a unique era, because somewhere between 1923 and 33, they captured this really pure American roots music. And then after that, the Depression happened and the World War. People moved, tastes changed, and it was like that whole era was just kind of lost.
Except I think we found it again.
Well,
little pockets. I mean, it's not everywhere, but like this week in Nashville is the Americana Festival.
Yeah.
Which I know is not the same, but...
Well, I'm actually doing a program. I'm going to re-record it. I recorded it in June, and there was technical problems with it, but I'm going to record again this coming Saturday a program on Fiddlin John Carson. I'm going to have it premiered on my YouTube channel, and it's also going to live.
What is your YouTube channel?
It's just Brett Howland channel.
How do you spell your last name?
It's BRETTHOWLAND.
Okay.
And I also have a website that's bretthowland.com, and I'm on Facebook.
So how did you get started doing old-timey music?
My mother was the one. She liked old country music, had records around. She was a big fan of Gene Autry back in the day. And I heard an Earl Scruggs record, Flat and Scruggs. And of course, like a lot of people, the banjo excited me, and I wanted to learn that. And I never got very far with the Scruggs style, so then I started trying to play the old drop thumb style like Grandpa Jones, and that worked better for me. And I guess being a kind of a historian, I kept digging backwards and arrived at that era back in the 1920s, and that's just kind of where I'm at.
That's where you got stuck.
Yeah.
That's
you want me to do you a tune?
Sure.
All right, this one comes from an old boy by the name of Mac McClintock. Recorded it back in 1928. You probably heard it. It goes something like this. One evening as the sun went down and the jungle fires was a-burning, down the track come the hobo hiking, and he said, boys, I'm not turning. I'm a-heading for a land that's far away, beside the crystal fountain. So come with me and we'll go and see the Big Rock Candy Mountain. In the Big Rock Candy Mountain, it's a land that's fair and bright, where the handouts grow on bushes and you sleep out every night. The boxcars all are empty and the sun shines every day. Oh, the buzzing of the bees in the cigarette trees, the lemonade spring where the bluebird sings in the Big Rock Candy Mountain. In the Big Rock Candy Mountain, the cops have wooden legs, and the bulldogs all have rubber teeth, and the hens lay soft-boiled eggs. All the farmers' trees are full of fruit, and the barns are full of hay. Well, I'm bound to go where there ain't no snow, the rain don't fall and the wind don't blow in the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Oh, the buzzing of the bees in the cigarette trees by the sodium water fountain, the lemonade spring where the bluebird sings in the Big Rock Candy Mountain. In the Big Rock Candy Mountain, the jails are made of tin, and you can walk right out again just as soon as they throw you in. Well, there ain't no short-handled shovels, no axes, saws, or picks. Well, I'm bound to stay where you sleep all day, where they hung the jerk that invented work in the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Oh, the buzzing of the bees in the cigarette trees by the sodium water fountain, the lemonade spring where the bluebird sings in the Big Rock Candy Mountain. I'll see you all this coming fall in the Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Ah, that's perfect. Thank thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.